The Blackmagic Pocket camera I've been very happy with and pleased with the quality of the footage that I've been able to achieve with this. And just being able to put together something which is quite easy for anyone to make. It just requires a screwdriver, a couple of pliers. Once you get this camera and put it all together, you won't need to do too much else to it. And you'll be quite happy with the results you can get, particularly from the shoulder mount system that I'll show you at the end of the video. I'm going to show you what I have on the table here and just try and outlay how easy it is to put together. Some of the things that you're going to need to buy is a packet of spring washers for a 1/4 inch bolt, stick to 1/4 inch bolt, a 12mm 1/4 inch bolt, and then I've also got a stainless steel flathead. So one of the things you're going to probably have to start off with and you're going to need to get is a couple of these Arca Swiss plates. What I've already done is mounted 2 of the plates to the top and bottom of the camera itself. The other thing you're going to need to get is a few L brackets, and you can buy these at your local hardware store. I got a couple of longer ones and a short one as well. Those L brackets come in zinc plated. You can choose to spray them if you want to. This T-bar is for something else, which I'll show you later, but I've also done that one in black as well. Down here I've laid down exactly what I'm going to need. I've got about 3 washers there and 3 of the 1/4 inch bolts, plus 1 extra 1/4 inch bolt that I had to buy separately, and a metric M6 bolt. Why you need that really is because you get this mic clip and that uses the M6 bolt input at the bottom. Of course you're going to need a screwdriver. So the first step that you're going to need to do, notice with the Arca Swiss clamps they have a 3/8 hole input, so you're going to also need a couple of these adapters. This is a 3/8 to 1/4. I'm just going to get the plate and I'm going to actually mount this to the plate so that we're going to have an L bracket sitting off the top. I'm going to use the flathead screw. That's going to go in. You have a choice here. You do have 2 holes. You can adjust that later. We've got to make sure we're on really tight. So I've mounted that to the plate. The plate is actually going to go onto the camera like that. So one thing I need you to make sure is that you've got the longer extended part on the left side of the camera. The next step you need to do is you grab another L bracket and we're going to mount it, longer bolt and a nut, and we also need a washer. And I'm just going to put the washer on and then I'm going to bring through. The best thing is to tighten it. The next step, we need to get the M6 bolt plus a washer. That goes through like that. Then we're going to grab our microphone clip, and at the bottom of the microphone clip holder is an M6 hole. It won't fit the 1/4 inch, unfortunately. That's why you need the M6 screw. Then we're going to grab this L bracket. That is going to go through here. We've put it in the bottom hole. And then we're going to put it on the inner hole of the L bracket that we have mounted already. Okay, so there we go there. Now what I need to do is screw on the mic clip. That is the main structure of what we're trying to achieve. But the other thing you can do is now dress it up. Okay, so what I have here is a couple of hot shoe fits, and we want to put them on the top here. Or the other option you have is to put one down the bottom here. You've got holes for different places that you can put in. This is the 12mm bolt, just one of these bolts to shorten the length of it. And then I'm also going to put in a washer over the top to help it out as well. So I just go underneath and screw it in together with the washer. I'm going to grab the camera. This can now mount onto the camera like so. It just slides in. What's good about it having sliding in, if you're going to use a track or something and you don't want this big thing on top of the camera, you can easily take it off. So that's it there. That's tightened up. You have an Arca Swiss plate using the opposite side. You normally use this to mount on a tripod, but we're doing the same type of thing to mount on the camera itself. And the other thing is people may want a handle. So you can buy one of these handles off eBay for about $4, and that will actually screw onto the back here. So you can see that nice little clever structure now happening. Now we have a handle into the camera, and that probably just needs to get tightened a bit more, so you can hold the camera like that. It's pretty steady, and that's it. We have 2 hot shoe plates.
we have the 3L brackets, a shorter one plus 2 long ones. The reason why we have two long ones is because you can have one hot shoe able to fit on this hole if it's in the way for whatever you're trying to mount to the camera. On this side, we have the microphone clip to add on your shotgun mic or any other mic you'd like to choose. If you choose to have another type of microphone, as long as it's got a 1/4 inch or an M6 fitting, you just run a bolt through and fit on whatever type of mic you want to do. Otherwise, mount on another hot shoe in this area as well, and that will add your microphone there. So it's quite easy to add these hot shoe plates and so on. Okay, so that just slides onto the camera quite easily. That's why we have these plates on there. The great thing is there is a quick release trigger as well, so that way nothing's going to fall. It's really locked in there. Even if you don't tighten it, it's going to hold on. We have the handle there for the camera, so that is pretty sturdy once it's on the camera, and that's basically the fit out for the Blackmagic structure. So this will save you a bit of cost if you're wanting to buy something a bit higher quality. That's up to you. The shoulder mount you can buy off eBay for 40 bucks, but it's actually quite good, particularly for the pocket camera. The strength of this, you're going to have no problems with it. It's got a few points that it mounts onto your body. So you have a chest mount and you have a shoulder mount. You also have a strap mount, wraps around your body, and it allows you to actually just sit on your shoulder without having to hold the camera at all. So this gives it a lot of support, and it gives really smooth shots. To make that even better and for it to work for you, what I have is a T-bar plus 2 handles. 2 handles and a couple of spring washers and these 2 little square bolts there. Take the handle, put a spring washer on the top, grab the T-bar, put it on top, and now all we need to do is grab the square, so they're on pretty tight. What we've done is we've made a mini handle for our camera. The next step is we're going to get the shoulder mount piece, the very end of it, just to make things easier. I'm going to put that down there, and also an Arca Swiss base plate. We're going to thread this through the center here, and then we're also going to have the Arca Swiss. Make sure the handle is on the left side so that you're not going to get it in the way of your battery flap whenever you're wanting to change your battery. Okay, so we just screw them together. That goes through. Also make sure you have an adapter there. Don't go too high. You can see the screw coming through. Don't go too high. It doesn't need to go all the way because you can tighten it at the base. Underneath there's another part there for tightening. Okay, so tighten that through, and then we just make sure everything's looking straight. Okay, once you've tightened it, you made sure you're happy, it's not going to move anywhere. That is the basic structure for the shoulder mount. So here is the piece we've structured back onto the shoulder mount, and you can see what's going to happen is the camera is just going to fit on the front there. One thing I really want to point out is these Arca Swiss base plates, clamps as you want to call it. They're really versatile, real strong, and yet nice and quick and easy to be able to take it off and put it back on. The great thing about these Arca Swiss plates is that once you start using them, you can think of many ways to actually mount onto different things. You can mount that to the top of your original tripod plate just by screwing it onto the bottom, or you can put these on your monopods, track dollies, and the great thing about having the double-sided base plate on the Blackmagic Pocket is you can put it upside down if you need to, and also being able to mount and take off the top part that we created. Just really think of this as a real universal tool. Other things you can do to dress up the camera, I have here just a camera strap. Of course you have holes. Remember, this is a pocket camera, you want to walk around with it, you don't want to get stuck, and that way that can go around your neck and it will just hang off your neck that way. And the other thing I do is I grab a cable which has your 2 Canons, and those 2 Canon connections, we'll just plug it into the mic, and we have separate channels there as well. You can wrap up the cable nicely because it's a longer cable, and that will tuck in underneath into this section here. This is the Hoodman HD350. I find it quite good. It's basically just a cover to block sunlight. It fits the screen quite nicely, and it's only around the $30 mark to get something like that. And that's it, that's the end of our product. Thanks for watching us. I just want to point out one of the reasons why I ended up making this thing, and I've kind of modified it since, is I just received my Blackmagic Pocket and I had to do a gig for someone, and how am I going to film with it? So I put together with some of the pieces that I had already, plus going down to the local hardware store. I hope this tutorial or this DIY kit will help you. I'll post up all the links where you need to buy everything from. If there's any questions, just post it up at the bottom. That's my review and my little Blackmagic rig. Thank you very much for following this tutorial.